Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be continuing to part 9 of What If Broly Was King Vegeta's Son. If you haven't seen part 8, there is a title card where you can go check it out and see what happened in the last part. But today we'll be going into the Moro / Granolah saga. What threats will our fighters face now? How strong has everyone gotten since the Tournament of Power? Will Goku ever be able to catch up with the others? Also, on our Discord server for anyone who wants to join and talk more about Dragon Ball with me and other viewers. Maybe you have some of your own ideas of what ifs, and maybe in the future I could do them. Check in the link in the description down below. For today's question of the video is from Analine. I apologize, I cannot pronounce your last name, but their question is, what is your favorite cell form? And obviously there's only one answer. You could say it's,
Y'all see the shoes, y'all see the money.
alright, thank you for the, sorry, I apologize, but thank you so much for the question. If you want your comment to be featured in the next video, just comment on any question you would like for me to answer, and maybe you'll be looking up for your comment to be featured in the next video. Without further ado, let's dive into part 9 of What If Broly Was King Vegeta's Son. After the Tournament of Power, our fighters decided to continue their training on Beerus' planet, and not long after, Goku was joining in after spending some much needed time with Chi-Chi, to the point where they will be having another child coming soon. Goku was pretty far behind in power, being only stronger than Nappa and on par with Tien and Piccolo, mainly with the fact that he is not used to having a living body once again. It has been years where he did not have to worry about pushing his limits since his dead body didn't grow tired. So now with having to catch up, he also has to get used to feeling fatigued as well. Things would be normal with everyone just training on Beerus' planet until one day Nappa would end up arriving on the planet with Jaco and a silent Galactic Patrol member, but he would remain quiet the entire time as he just locked eyes with Whis, and we know him to be Beerus. Nappa would tell the others that a dangerous universal threat prisoner escaped one of their prisons and they needed their help with taking him down. They wanted Majin Buu, but Gohan did state how he beat Majin Buu many years ago. Nappa explained how Moro works with his magical abilities that allow him to consume the life force of planets and people to grow in power. Vegeta would just smirk, saying that he has the perfect technique to stop this foe. Finally, he felt a bit of pride knowing possibly only he can stop this threat. Remember, here in this timeline, Vegeta did train on Yardred and learned all the special techniques where he was looking for his brother. Everyone will go to face this threat, even though that would be a bit overkill, but I mean, this is a big threat to the entire universe. Now here, Moro would be on his own again, as many parts back, Broly and Nappa did finish off any surviving Frieza army members, so Moro would not have any help and also not know about the Dragon Balls or Namek. So he would just venture to nearby planets to absorb its energy, and he would be on his third planet by the time the Z fighters arrive. Knowing how Moro's power worked, Vegeta himself would travel down to the planet first, and once he diffused all the power that Moro absorbed, then that is when another fighter would travel down and take him down. Now things would play very easily here, Vegeta landing on the planet and finding Moro using Force Spirit Fission to depower Moro, making him much more weaker, and when he gets to the point where he is no longer a threat, then either Broly or Gohan can finish him off completely, or Moro is back in prison rather quickly. Moro, without knowing about the Dragon Balls, he would be very weak compared to his canon counterpart, as he would need to absorb a lot of planets to get to his prime version. Even then, if Moro did know about the Dragon Balls, here with this Vegeta already knowing Force Spirit Fission, Moro's power wouldn't stay very long, and not taking into account that everyone here is much stronger than their manga counterpart. So Moro is just very unlucky here. It's pretty insane how easily they are avoiding big enemies in this timeline, and no one here has either Ultra Instinct or Ultra Ego. They are all just that strong. With that threat dealt with rather easily, they would all continue to train on Beerus' planet, and in terms of Ultra Ego, I don't see anyone obtaining this form. I mean, don't get me wrong, we got plenty of people that would be good candidates for this form like Broly, Vegeta, and Gohan, but with no one obtaining Ultra Instinct, I don't see Beerus ever attempting to give a hint to another form of power to the Z fighters. Even then, they continue to grow stronger even without those transformations or techniques. On the other hand though, with Ultra Instinct, Whis thus has two potential candidates to obtain the form. One being Goku, but currently he is a bit behind, but the other who could be close to obtaining the form would be Tien. Call me crazy, but with this team of Z fighters, he is honestly the best person that would have a chance with learning this technique. Broly and Gohan's main force of power comes from their rage. Vegeta could work, but his pride would be his downfall, and here I think he would pass on the technique, as he would want his own form of power to catch up with Broly and Gohan. Trunks is obviously too young, Raditz doesn't possess the same amount of drive to grow stronger compared to Tien and Goku, and Piccolo here isn't exactly fully calm in mind. I mean, don't get me wrong in this, Piccolo is still somewhat good, but what he lacks a lot is that the character development he got with Gohan back in the Saiyan saga. That bond and connection and that whole interaction just doesn't exist. Piccolo is a lot more neutral in this standpoint, not being a good or bad guy. But Whis would believe that he would be a good candidate to be a god of destruction, because of his neutral standpoint. With Tien, he definitely has the drive and the calmness in mind to learn Ultra Instinct. The only thing holding him back is the fact that he doesn't have the same amount of potential as a Saiyan, so his rate of growth would be slow, but it is getting there to the point where he could be close to tapping into Ultra Instinct, at least the signed version. Now a few months would pass on again as the events of the Broly movie wouldn't happen for obvious reasons, and for the Granolah arc, that wouldn't really happen either. I see that the Granolah arc tends to almost never happen in my what ifs. I mean, it makes sense that the arc mainly happens for two reasons. The previous events of the Moro arc, as the Heaters gain info from the corpse of Android 7-3, who was released by Moro, which doesn't happen here, as the entire Moro arc was pretty much prevented, and also the resurrection of Frieza after the Tournament of Power, which also didn't happen here in this timeline of events. Without the knowledge of the Dragon Balls and the fact that they are Saiyans still alive, our Z fighters have no way to get involved with the Heaters or Granolah, so the entire issue wouldn't be their problem, or at least not until later if they ever cross paths. With Granolah, it would most likely play out with Granolah continuing to work under the Heaters until eventually Granolah takes down the Heaters or they take out Granolah. But either way, it doesn't affect our main group as things will remain peaceful, or so they think. In less than 2 years' time, a threat will appear that will be something that they wouldn't ever expect or be ready for. On Earth, in a hidden lab that was never destroyed in this timeline, a villain we all know far too well has been growing for the last 2 decades, gathering various amounts of data of all the fighters that have ever landed on Earth, growing stronger by the minute as he was soon ready to be released. And that's going to leave it up for now. Tell me how y'all think about the 9th part and how it did with the Moro/Granolah saga. I know it was a kind of short part, but I promise you the next part will make up for it. Will our Z fighters be ready for this new threat? How strong will Cell be this time around with all the data he would have gathered from all our fighters and even past enemies? Could they even beat him? Find out in the finale of What If Broly was King Vegeta's son? What could have happened differently? Leave your thoughts down in the comments down below. I would love to hear them. If you're interested and enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post another part. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next part. See ya.